3 years ago, Explorer Middle School started the Hour of Code. I'm Tracy Tyson, and I was instrumental in starting that here at our school. I got the entire school to code for 1 hour, so that was coordinating about 900 kids and items to be going at the same time. It was a huge success. And after that, I got really motivated, and I was motivated by my students' reactions to it and realized it was something we should probably have here at Explorer. Went and met with my principal, Ms. Newman, and said we should have this as an elective here at our school. And she agreed, and she said, as a matter of fact, I think you'd be the perfect person to do it. So I spent that summer cramming as much coding as I could through Code.org, Code Academy, Stanford. I went through as many different programs as I could possibly find, using the moots through Course Wizard, through our district, and just jammed as much into it as I could, and started creating a curriculum with the aid of a couple of other middle school library media specialists and Mr. Reynolds, who's from our district office. We ended up being the first to actually implement it. We just decided to jump in and go for it, and that year was a great learning experience. Found out that my students came from a background of a lot of fantastic teachers who were already doing coding, and so I had to constantly keep up and keep learning as much as I could and really sit side by side and learn with my students. And so we implemented a curriculum that kind of took us through the basics of block coding into CSS, into JavaScript, into HTML, and just moved forward from there. And it kind of has blossomed into a full elective that we have at our school now.
Hi, my name is Chris Watts, and I'm the Innovative Learning Lab teacher at Fireside Elementary School. And I think what I like most about Code.org is the problem-solving abilities that are in the coding challenges. Students are motivated and enthusiastic to solve the challenges. They're very determined to solve the challenges. And if they get stuck on something, they ask a partner to help them, or we work through it as a class. Another aspect of Code.org that I really like is the teacher interface. It's real easy to set up a class. I can set up student accounts, and I can track their progress. So it's very intuitive, easy to use, and best of all, it's a free program. So I really like the organization, and I really like the graphic design, and I really like how Code.org has set up their lessons because I think the students enjoy them, and they're engaged, and they're actually learning how to be problem solvers and good teammates.
Arrowhead has a high ELL population. We have a self-contained English language learner classroom at every grade level, but that has not stopped the spread of coding at Arrowhead. The beauty of coding is that the students do not need to be proficient in English to be very successful at the activities we did for the hour of code. And it was even more successful student to peer with the instruction, the explanation, the help, the support. It was exciting to see non-English speakers, limited English speakers, and students that were almost proficient being just as successful as the regular classrooms.
The MOOCs that Jeff is offering on coding, Director Billings is offering on coding, and looking for opportunities across the board for teachers to learn the skill and how to help teach students to think that way. And I've already seen some amazing results. The function thinking piece is so powerful because that is something that they are asked to do throughout in new math standards, to really think systematically, and it's great practice for that. I've seen some amazing things. I was out at Desert Cove a few weeks ago for the Hour of Code and watched kids engaged in ways that I have never, ever seen. The teacher giving the kids the opportunity to build and create both tactfully with engineering projects, but also with the software work, the coding, the function work. Very powerful stuff. And I haven't met a kid yet that doesn't get very excited when it's coding time.
I'm Elizabeth Warner. I'm a gifted specialist here in the Paradise Valley School District. I serve students at North Ranch Elementary School. My students use a variety of coding apps on iPads and on Chromebooks. We use Code.org, Khan Academy, Codable. They really enjoy the opportunity to expand their thinking. I love the collaboration that my students have gained by working with one another and finding multiple ways to solve problems.
Hi, I'm Billy Disler, and this is my first year teaching at Shadow Mountain High School in the transition program. And so the students in my classroom are about 18 and 19 years old, and I'm with them in this experience. It's all of our first years with these robots. And so what I've noticed is I think they're even learning more quickly than I am. And so even the first day, we thought about how we could use the robots. We saw that they can change color on their nose. We saw that they could move forward, backward, left and right. And then I thought in the back there's a little divot, and we were able to put a pencil in there where it was able to draw. And then I even took out some note cards, and my students realized that it could be kind of a really beginner, you could say, vacuum or sweeper of sorts once we put the sticky note on the back. And so those seem like pretty beginner ideas, but I think it's really making the kids' minds work. And they're always awake, even at the very first minute of the morning. They're awake when they use these, and so I think that's the most important thing, having them be engaged.
I'm always on the lookout for some things, and so I took a class through the district called Visual Arts and Animation, and I got really excited, even though I was very confused about how to write code. I kept practicing and kept working at it, and I talked to our honors teacher, Miss Adams, and she was already doing code with the kids in honors, and I wanted to offer it to as many kids as possible. So from 3rd grade through 6th grade, I just called their teachers and said, can they bring their Chromebooks this whole week? And I taught 17 classes of code that week. It's for their futures. It's part of their future, whether any of us like it or not. It's all there. But there's so much creativity that can be done, and they get so excited. And every class I had with the kids, they were completely engaged, and it was very, very exciting.
My name is Leslie Preston. I'm a 3rd grade teacher here in the Paradise Valley School District. I teach my students here at North Ranch. I am a regular classroom teacher, and I have found the benefits of bringing coding into the classroom to help all my students. My kids love being able to collaborate together. They are expanding their thinking, they're persistent in their thinking, and they've really found a way to help each other and not give up using the coding platform to reach all standards that need to be taught.
So here at North Canyon, with our AP Computer Science Principles class, we're really trying to teach the computational thinking, taking kind of that standard education and kind of moving it to our world now where we are so digital, that we want students to start thinking in that manner, how we can take a computer, this actually kind of dumbest machine out there, and have them make it so that it does exactly what they want it to do. We are using Snap programming to accomplish this. It's a very nice intro language. It's because you don't really have to worry about too much syntax. It's really just kind of snapping these pieces together to build everything. We're eventually going to be getting into these Finch robotics, so allowing students to use what they've learned with the Snap language to start programming and having something actually do, so something other than the computer itself, but a robot kind of do what it is that they have it wanted it to do.